all we came to be happy again.
Hey, vinyl community. Elliot here, Lazy Dogs Records, and I thought I would highlight some of my recent pickups, my February LPs that I acquired. Some of the albums I picked up in the month of February. Well, sometimes we make mistakes, but sometimes our mistakes turn out to be positive ones. I've been looking for a bluegrass album, J.D. Crowe and the New South. um, on Rounder, and it's called the New South, generally speaking. But over the years, it's simply become known as Rounder 0044 or Rounder 0044, which is catalog number for it. It is one of the great landmark bluegrass albums, that second to third generation 1970s bluegrass. Besides J.D. Crowe, Ricky Skaggs is on it, Jerry Douglas is on it, Tony Rice is on it. Issue about 5 years ago. Record Store Day, I believe, reissue, but they didn't put out many, and so the old copies are hard to find as well. So people are selling these on Discogs if you can find them. You can't hardly. There's only one or two on Discogs in the U.S. And maybe three or four overseas, and people are asking astronomical prices for them, $65, $100 or more, somewhere in the range of more than 50 on up for them. So I've been on the lookout for them, and finally one popped up that they wanted. They wanted $65 for it, and I didn't look at it real closely. I got excited. You know how we do. We get excited when we see something. We make those mistakes sometimes. We get excited when we see a particular album and we jump on it. And when we get home, we realize maybe this wasn't in as good a shape as we thought it was, or maybe this isn't exactly what I was looking for, whatever. But anyway, after I pulled the trigger, well, I made an offer. It was make an offer. I think I offered him $35 for it. And he was asking 65. I was shocked, but he took it. So I was committed to buying it. And as I looked a little closer, this was a test pressing, and I'd never bought any test pressings before. And so I was apprehensive about it, but I got it, and I've been pleased with it. It's a test pressing from the 2016, I believe it was, Record Store Day reissue. And talking to people about test pressings, it was like, okay, they go in and they master it, and they run it through, listen to it, decide whether they like the way it sounds or not, and they might not like it, and they may go back and remaster it, run it through again, and that's test press. So you never know which test pressing you might get or how many times they tried. But this one sounds really good. I've got a CD of the same album I've had for years and years, but I was wanting the vinyl, of course. And I eventually I'll check and see, but it sounds very crisp, very clear. It just comes like this, and it just says job 15-1636, J.D. Crowe as the artist, and the New South as the title. Test pressing, Gotta Groove Records. So, okay, cool. It sounds really good. It's not completely quiet. It's got a little bit of noise in it. Not a lot, but just a little bit, of course. But I found out people were talking about getting stuff on Bandcamp. And I'd heard about Bandcamp for years, but I'd never gone there, visited the site. I really kind of thought it was just a download place, a place where people download for to and not physical copies and everything. But people on live stream were telling me in the peanut gallery, as we were talking to the peanut gallery, they said, no, 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 you can go there and you can download it, or uh, you can buy vinyl copies, you can buy CDs, whatever. So I went and visited and ended up buying 2 physical copies of albums. I had been looking for something, but I couldn't find anything in vinyl, just CD from Hawktail, which I had learned about through the violinist and I'm not sure which one the guitarist is. I think it might be him, but it doesn't matter. The violinist and guitarist, this is acoustic music, along the same lines as David Grisman Quintet, the Tony Rice Unit, groups like this. But this is a new group, young people, and very classically influenced, very folk influenced, and bluegrass influenced, with heavy emphasis on the classical end of it. But it's basically an ensemble, an acoustic ensemble, a string band ensemble. Formations is the name of the album, and it's really good. I highly recommend that. So I got that direct from the band, so it's good to know that the artist got some reward from it, not just pennies, And the other one I had heard about, I actually heard an interview with these 2 artists on the radio, public radio, one day riding in the car, and then kind of forgot about it. Thought it was interesting, maybe I would get that sometime, and kind of forgot about it. And then John at Digital Gramophone was talking about this album, and so it piqued my interest up again. And I saw this on Bandcamp from Bloodshot Records, and this is Wild 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 from Robbie Fulks and Linda Gale Lewis. Really good album. Enjoying this immensely. Rock and country and that boogie woogie and that sort of thing. Really, really fun album. Most of the songs are written by Robbie Fulks. Linda Gale Lewis is Jerry Lee Lewis's younger sister, who's toured with him for years and years. So that's a really good album. Highly recommend that one. And then the second kind of discovery I had was with a forum, Steve Hoffman Music Forums. Is a great website. If you Steve Hoffman Music Forums, if you're not familiar with that, check it out. For years, I've been going there and going on the threads and discussing music on those threads, and never really ventured further down into the different sections of forums. But they have sales forums there where it's you just connect with each other, buyer and seller connect, and you can make purchases and sell things as well. And I went in into the for sale vinyl section there and found some good deals. One guy was selling off, thinning out his collection, and he had a huge list of stuff for sale, and ended up getting this one. This is Bill Withers, Making Friends, on Columbia Records, and if I'm not mistaken, this was it's a music on vinyl record, and I purchased this. Really like it. It's very, very good music. I love Bill Withers. I want to get on vinyl his first 2 albums. I think this is his 3rd or 4th. But what a cool guy Bill Withers was. Late Bill Withers passed away now, and I was happy to get that album. And then Jangle Pop, or Pop Rock, whatever you want to call it. The classic Big Star #1 record. This is still in the shrink, and this is a reissue from a master from 2009, but there was no definitive answer as to what year this pressing came out. But of course, this is not the original pressing by any means, and it's on Ardent, latter day Ardent label. Okay, it may have been a record store day. I'm not sure, but Big Star, if you like your jangle pop, your pop rock, that is a really good album. If you're going to get any Big Star, you know that's the definitive one. Alex Childers and Bell, and the original lineup there. And looking through that person's stuff, I also found uh, this Howlin' Wolf Volume 2, the Chess Masters double album. It's not a gatefold, it's a double album. And I only paid $10 for this. The cover is in rough shape. It's bent on the corners, bent in a lot of places, and there's a starting of a split here. But only gave them, it only cost me $10. So I was pleased to get this Howling Wolf from the same person I believe that I got the Big Star from. And finally, from Amazon, I picked up Chatham County Line, and this is one called Sharing the Covers. you know, Meaning they're all cover songs. Okay, this is a bluegrass album, by the way, Chatham County Line Bluegrass, and it is on Yep Rock Records, which is a fine independent record label, and they do covers from Jeff Tweedy. They do a cover from Tom Petty. They do You Don't Know How It Feels from Tom Petty. They do a Carter Stanley cover. John Lennon. They do Watching the Wheels from John Lennon. They do The Last Time, the Rolling Stones song. Alton Delmore is going to Lay Down My Old Guitar. John Hartford's Tear Down the Grand Ole Opry. So it's a nice covers album. I've seen Chatham County Line before. They're a really good bluegrass band, young bluegrass band. Those are some things I picked up. I hope I didn't bore you to death. Everybody, remember, be kind to your neighbors, because guess what? We're all neighbors.